Holy shit, I love our new music. Hey, welcome SOBs to the Stream of Blood. I'm Jared Logan, your storyteller, game master, keeper, and impresario. And I am so excited to welcome you to a new season, a new direction, a new storyline for our Vampires of Pittsburgh Chronicle. This is Vampires of Pittsburgh Lockdown. We have all kinds of new surprises for you, including new players, which we're so excited to introduce to you. A couple words before we begin this evening. I want to wish congratulations to the winners of the 2020 presidential election, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. We hope they do well in their new positions. We wish them well. We wish them all good luck. And we hope that the entire country comes together under this new leadership. And I'm not going to say much about Donald Trump, except that last night fireworks were going off outside my house. And I think they were pretty much because he was leaving. So I've never really ever seen someone set off fireworks because a president was leaving office. But actually, let's say they were for Joe Biden. Well, let's say that that's what was going on. What can I tell you, guys? Stream of Blood has a lot of cool stuff coming up in November. We've got a Cyberpunk game this Tuesday, Cyberpunk Red from R. Talsorian Games. We have partnered with them, and we are going to be telling a story straight out of the rule book, the scenarios that are provided in the rule book. We're going to be playing through those scenarios with an exciting cast of characters. Again, some new players you've never met before. So I hope you'll tune in for that. That's Tuesday at, I believe, 7 p.m. And of course, the Neptune Society continues next Saturday with part 3 of its Dreams in Bedlam storyline. We've also got another Blades in the Dark game. We did one last night with the crew from the Glass Cannon Network. It was incredible. And we've got another game of Blades in the Dark with a different crew. This time we're going to be teaming up with the guys that run the Better Than Heroes stream. That's a 5e Spelljammer game that they play. Well, they're going to come over and into our universe and play a little Blades in the Dark with us. The brilliant game by John Harper set in the steampunk city of Duskfall. So if you're a Blades in the Dark fan, if you've enjoyed our Glass Cannon games, you got to come over and check out the Better Than Heroes crew when they play. Okay, enough of my marketing spiel. Let's get into the game first by introducing our players. You know him, you love him. He was the only person to survive the last session of Vampire. I mean, his character was the only one to kind of get away from that horrifying battle at the Cathedral of Learning. As the haunted veteran Curtis Krieger, please welcome my friend Ross Bryant.
Oh, hey, Jared. Good to see you.
Hey, buddy.
Wow. What a lovely introduction. I know normally you catch me reading a book, but I also collect cassette tapes.
Oh,
and,
neat.
So I'm just reading the liner notes of some of the music that's been getting me through the last month since March. I've become sort of a death metal fan in that time, more so than normal.
Yeah. Who do you like?
So just this is a shout out for the band Command from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And much like the World of Darkness, this is a terrorscape. So
hell yeah.
So big ups.
That's a great title for an album.
Yeah. This I think is a concept album of sorts about terror. And
sure.
But highly recommended. And my buddy Sam plays drums in it. So
incredible. Yeah, I love death metal and black metal. I also find that some of the other people that like it are the nicest people I've ever met. They're just big sweethearts.
Just like huge teddy bears.
Yes, and I like to listen to it while I work because I can't really make out any of the words, so I can write while I'm just,
Right, yeah.
You're in the twilight world tonight. I'm like, this.
I think I made out Eldritch Contagion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it really kind of it keeps me awake and keeps me kind of working when I'm working. So yeah, I know. Have you ever listened to the Radical Research podcast?
No.
You should check them out because Like, I know nothing about music. My parents, when I was growing up, owned 2 albums, and one was the Jim Neighbors Christmas album. Jim Neighbors is who played Gomer Pyle, and then they also owned an album called The Best of the Band Bread, The Best of Bread. So I knew nothing about music.
Good to see that punk's not dead in West Virginia.
It might truly be dead in West Virginia, but I love listening because I know nothing about music. I love listening to people talk about it. And so you can listen to this Radical Research podcast where they talk about music, and the whole time they're like, this album's very textured. I love the grind of it, cool. And I'm always like, I love their vocabulary while they're doing that.
I love it too. I love people who can talk about a music like metal, like a sommelier talks about wine.
Yes, it's lovely. Well, tonight's Chronicle restart or refocus or new direction promises to be very metal. I'm going to bring in our next player. I'm really excited to have him. He is one of the stars of the recent HBO Max series that just got a second season called Raised by Wolves, where he plays father. You might also know him from the Assassin's Creed series of video games. What a mensch, what a great guy. I got to meet him before we started playing, and I'm excited to bring him into our Vampires of Pittsburgh universe. Please welcome Abu Salim, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, man, how's it going?
It's good. It's good. Yeah, I'm absolutely frightened for what you're about to throw me into. I'll be honest.
You should be.
It's going to be. It's going to be a terrorscape, as Ross has warned you.
Yeah.
What kind of music do you like to listen to while you work, Abu?
Oh man, you know what? I'm really into like game soundtracks, like the OST for games. So, and it's so funny. Like I'm obsessed at the moment with the new Hades soundtrack. I train to that stuff. I just write to it. Like I don't know, man. That it's game soundtracks which are for me like that's the winners. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, I like that too. Also, you've just given your bona fide dork credentials as well.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. And then another thing I love that's like super nerdy, but I love is anime soundtracks.
Oh, sometimes they can catch you off guard though. Do you know what I mean? Like they can really catch you off guard. Like I've had moments where you'd be listening to a track and then it would really sort of take a turn that you don't expect, and you begin weirdly enjoying it and you want more. I know exactly what you mean.
Oh yeah, they're so sincerely, many of them, not all of them, but many. It's so sincerely melodramatic,
Yeah.
And
just operatic, and then suddenly it's like spaz metal.
Yeah.
It's wild. But
I'll be listening to some of that this week because you just reminded me how much I love them. Look, you have an incredible character, Abu. I want to introduce people to the character in the show. So what do you guys say? Should we play a little bit of Vampire the Masquerade? Oh, I have one more thing before we do that. You're probably wondering, where's Ashley Burch? And maybe you're even wondering, where is Jen Brown? Did Jen Brown survive the battle at the Cathedral of Learning 2 weeks ago on this stream? I'm not telling you shit. You just have to keep watching. And you'll see what has befallen Jen Brown. But I do promise our good friend and talented improviser and player Ashley Burch will be here very soon. All right, gentlemen, are you ready to get into the game?
Absolutely. I think so.
Okay. I can't wait to take your role-playing cherry, Abu. Here we go. Let's head right into a game of Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition by setting the scene 1 year later. So, it's been a year since the events of episode 30, since the events of the Battle of the Cathedral of Learning. And I want to start our game with Curtis Krieger. And if anybody's new to the show, Curtis, Ross, could you just tell us a little bit about Curtis? And then go ahead and tell us where he is right now in his unlife.
All right. So if you saw Curtis on the street, you just think, here's just some random street guy. He's a wiry, furtive fellow. But Curtis in life was a veteran of foreign wars, came back from the war in Afghanistan, struggling with post-traumatic stress and injuries, and sadly spiraled into opioid addiction and became a sort of a rabble-rouser as far as how the government treats veterans after they return from combat. And it was this that caused him to be turned by the anarchs into a vampire. After his journey into the storyline thus far, he's been through many.
And you can watch our story thus far video that we've put up on YouTube if you want to know how the story thus far. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry.
The whole background there, if you wish to see it. But after the catastrophic attack at the Cathedral of Learning, where he believes his friends are dead and gone or disappeared, and the anarchs potentially may turn against him, the Camorra is cracking down. Curtis fled Pittsburgh in the company of his ghoul, Brad Lockwood, his former heroin dealer, who he has, in an ironic turn of delicious vengeance, who he has made an addict of his own blood to bond him to him.
Yeah. And so I'd like to set a scene. I'd like to set the scene that Curtis, you are at a Flying J truck stop outside Middletown, Ohio. And there are two characters with you. One is your ghoul, as you said, your former heroin dealer who's now addicted to your own blood. But he's not a full vampire, so he can kind of move about during the day, take care of you. And what you guys have is this white panel van that he can kind of just put you in the back of at night. There's no window, no light can get in. And so you're safe during the day. And he, because he's addicted to your magical vampiric vitae, he follows you around. He does errands for you. There's someone else with you, and that is your touchstone, the mortal who's important to you in life, which is your old army buddy, Craig.
Ooh.
And last time we saw Craig, he was kind of going downhill in terms of his recovery. And Vampire the Masquerade being a game of mature themes, I'm afraid these gentlemen have gone a little farther down the path away from recovery. And so you guys have been driving from town to town trying to get a fix. You're, Craig of perhaps drugs, you, Curtis, of blood, because vampires are all addicts in a way. Mm-hmm. And right now you are in this Flying J truck stop's bathroom, and Brad is going through all of the junk you guys have to see if there's any shit that you could pawn, because you guys need money. You need money for gas. You need to get to the next town. And so he's taking everybody's stuff out of this dirty old duffel bag, and he's throwing it up onto the sink of this disgusting bathroom in a truck stop. And he's going through it, and he's like, "You think we could get any money for this?" And he holds up like a shitty watch with a plastic band.
Yeah, I doubt it. I don't think you're going to find many buyers.
Well, fuck, man. I mean, we're going to be stuck in the middle of fucking nowhere if we don't fucking put some money together somehow, man. And Craig, dude, he's tweaking out, man. And you see that Craig is kind of like over in like the corner, and he looks like he's a little bit outside of himself. You know what I mean? He's a little disassociated, and you notice, the signs of someone who really wants the substance that they're addicted to. Okay. So you're in this bathroom. Yeah.
Just to step out for a sec. Does this imply that I've revealed the nature of our situation to Craig?
That is up to you, but I'd say
it's probably pretty hard to hide it. Yeah.
Probably pretty hard to hide it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Okay. I don't know if there's anybody. Desperate times might be calling for desperate measures here, Brad. I know I don't like to call down more heat on us than is necessary, but if we got to lighten someone else's load, if they're maybe a little, if they could spare it,
Oh, you want to get into muggings now? I don't know, man. I don't know. There's not even anybody out on the fucking street, dude.
Is there no one? It's empty.
Yeah, I should mention that it's not just that it's the middle of the night. It's April of the year 2020 now. We've moved the timeline of the game forward 1 year. People are staying inside. Of course, out in the middle of nowhere in Middletown, Ohio, as was true in our own world and is true in the world of darkness, people are moving out a little more out in the country. They have a little bit of different way of dealing with the pandemic. So, you're having trouble finding a blood supply, and in fact, I'm going to roll for your hunger right now. You're at a 4, Curtis.
Jesus. Okay.
Now keep in mind when you you're ravenous, and so is Craig. Come on, man. Don't you have anything else? Like, let's just get some money together, man. I don't want to fucking point a gun at somebody. Let's just like buy a cheeseburger for Craig and me. We don't got to go violent yet, man.
Yeah. How many people are working at the Flying J?
I mean, there's like a one person at this big truck stop. It is kind of late at night, and like, they've shut down the subway that's like part of the Flying J truck stop. So it's just, one person kind of running the convenience store and gas station part of it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm like, we got to do something, and I'm looking at Craig, and he's like, got to do something. Like he's kind of looking like a delicious steak right now.
And he's like, don't look at me like that.
No, man.
I know what you're thinking.
Of course not. Are we how far in the middle? How in the middle of nowhere are we? Like
Middletown, Ohio is in the middle of Ohio. It is a community. It's not nothing. It's not like a village of a couple buildings. It's got a downtown and things like that. You guys are on the outskirts though, if you're at the truck stop.
Would there be a 24-hour situation like a Walgreens or a Rite Aid or a...
Yeah. You're almost out of gas, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. I just I go to I'm like, okay, I'll fix it. Just go fill her up. Okay.
So he's going to use the last bit of he's going to use the last bit of money to fill up the gas station, the van, right? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that. I said to fill it up.
What do you want him to do?
Just start pumping the gas while I go and have a conversation with the person behind the gas.
Okay. Yeah. He's like, all right, man. And he starts pumping gas.
And then I walk up to the guy in the at the desk.
It's a woman.
Or woman. Hey,
she's not wearing a mask. She's behind some like
I have my
partition.
I have my mask on, just to. But if she could see behind it, she'd see.
Right.
Hey, I'm sorry. My friend's a little car sick. I think you made a mess in the men's room. I don't want to trouble you or anything. You got a mop or something? I'd be happy to take care of it.
Yeah. There's a mop in that utility closet over there.
I walk over to it. Hey, it's locked.
It's locked?
Yeah. Could you come over here and unlock it for me? I promise I'll be really quick.
Fucking goddamn it. You hear her mumbling. She comes out. She's got a ring of keys. She walks up to the utility closet. She looks at you. And I want to know, have you gotten pink?
I feel like I've been on the run. I didn't say I did, Jared.
That's okay. I'm not going to count. So, just to let Abu know and remind anybody watching, vampires look like dead bodies unless they use a rouse roll. Just roll one die and see if they get hungrier to give themselves the blush of life. At Hunger 4, Curtis, I think you're wearing the blush of life right now. I'm not going to call you on that. Okay. So, she kind of looks you up and down for a second, and I just want to see how suspicious of you she is. Okay. She looks suspicious of you. She looks like she's a little bit on her guard. So she doesn't quite come all the way forward until she's kind of giving you the body language if you need to move back a step.
Hey, I understand. 6 feet, right?
She unlocks, she goes to unlock the cabinet and it just kind of comes open. It wasn't locked.
Ah, damn. I could have sworn I could have sworn it was. And I grab the knob, and as I do, I push her into the closet and shut the door behind me.
Suddenly, Brad comes running into the convenience store. He comes running into the gas station, and he's holding up a smartphone. And you recognize the smartphone. You haven't looked at it in a while. It's the one that Jen Brown gave you like over a year ago when she gave all members of like your group a phone to keep in touch with you. It went dead. You've been moving around. You've been ignoring this thing. And he's like, Kurt, check it out, man.
Okay. Can I shut her in the closet? Is there like a wedge or something? I can
there's a room right there.
Great.
What are you doing, man?
Pound, pound, pound. Yeah.
There's cameras, dude. What are you doing?
We're going to be out of here soon and no one can see my face, man. It's the beauty of it.
We got to go right fucking now. Don't do what I think you're going to do, Kurt.
And what the hell are you showing me? And don't interrupt me. And
he goes, I powered it up in the car to see if it was good enough to pawn. Look. And there's a message in your grouper app.
What?
And the message is from Jen Brown.
What?
And it says, Curtis, come back. I need you. Squirrel Hill Theater. The date and time are from just a moment ago because when the phone repowers up, it dates every text or message you get from the time you get it. So this thing's been depowered for weeks, maybe a month or two, and you just got this message.
I hand the phone back to him and I'm like, finish pumping the gas and get ready to drive.
No, Kurt, don't fucking no.
I said get out.
Yes. All right. Yes.
And then I kind of pull myself together, and then maybe just the last thing you see is like taking the mask off as he turns toward the closet, and it's like opens the door and walks in.
It sounds like you're going to feed on this woman.
Yeah.
Are you going to
quite
feed?
Hungry?
Yes, of course. Are you going to feed? How many hunger are you trying to remove? Are you trying to control yourself?
I'm trying to. I want to feed but not kill. I want to drop like 3 hunger if I can.
I think that the safest you can do without hurting her is 2 hunger.
So be it.
So that leaves you at 2 hunger, and I want to know what you do next. So just I think we do cut away. Curtis goes into the closet. The closet door shuts. There's like boom, 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 on that utility closet door, and then we cut to what is Curtis doing next?
In the car. Who is this?
No answer.
Can I roll? Is there a roll I could make to see if there's some piece of information that I could ask that only the 2 of us would know?
Yes, you can. That makes sense. Sure.
Okay, Ross isn't the player isn't like coming up with it at the moment.
No, that's okay.
if there is such a thing. Would that be like wits?
Yeah, I think so. I think that like wits plus intelligence. Let's just do 2 attributes. So how many dice does that give you?
5.
And that's a good score. And give me 2 successes or more.
Okay. Failure.
Really?
I only got 1 success out of all that.
Well, here's what I'm going to say. I think that a character can remember things, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you aren't as strategic as you'd like. It's not foolproof, but you basically ask, who did we send with Cross to meet Jessica Mays? This is a random fact I'm pulling from our last series, our last season, and you get the answer back, Dylan.
Okay.
So that checks out as like Jen Brown. Like only she would know that, basically.
Okay.
I'm going to cut away.
Change your plan, Brad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think turn back towards Pennsylvania.
What? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Craig's like, we got to stop. We got to find a place where I can get high, man.
We're going to deal with you. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay, Craig. All right?
He slumps back in the back seat. Like, you can't even see him now. The shadows are covering his face. And Brad goes, Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
He pulls out of the parking lot and heads toward the city of Pittsburgh. Let's meet Lucius Ali.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, Lucius. Abu, your character is Lucius Ali. You and your sister Clara, you fled the fall of London a few years ago. And for years, you've been searching for your sire,
Indeed.
who embraced you and disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
You tracked her to the States, and you followed her through a series of East Coast cities, Boston, New York, Atlanta. Finally, the trail has led you here to Pittsburgh.
Of all places.
Of all places, this shithole. You arrived a few weeks ago. The city was in an uproar over a series of purported leftist acts of terrorism. And then shortly thereafter, the pandemic hit and everything went into lockdown. There are no people on the street. There are no vampires on the street. Pittsburgh is quiet as a grave, and you are very hungry. Let's find out how hungry. Your hunger is at 3.
Oh, okay.
Not great. Not as bad as the card that our friend Curtis drew. Now, I would like you to just tell us a little bit about Lucius, and we know his storyline, but tell us, what he looks like, how he carries himself, and tell us a little bit about his sister, and tell me what you would be doing right now. Are you focusing on hunting your sire, or are you focusing on getting fed? Let me know.
Yeah, I think so. Right now, the aim is to find my sire. That is the ultimate aim. Of course, everyone has to eat and survive. Well, I'm dead, so didn't really do that first part right. But yeah, that's the aim. And I think a bit about Lucius. Lucius is he's a doctor. Well, he's a young doctor who grew up in London, wanted to do more for humanity and achieve more. And one night, one unhappy night, he was attacked and turned. Now, again, that night was full of booze, full of alcohol. He can't really remember much about it. But what he now remembers, or what now haunts him, is this hunger, this feeling of disgust, not only at himself, but just at this new world that has now presented itself to him. And so he, with his sister Clara is she was pretty much not necessarily a nobody. She was going places. She was too intelligent for the society and the space in which she lived in. But now she was close. She was not in the greatest of places, let's say, in socially, but now with his sister, who knows very much what has become of her older brother. Now they both work together in order to sort of quell this thirst, this hunger of his in more ways than one, and ultimately knows that his goal is to find the person who made him. And his sister, being as loving, as loyal as she is, has decided to go on this almost suicide mission with him.
And it's been a quest. You guys have been traveling around for a little while.
Quest. It's been a quest.
If you'd like to know what you found out about your sire, at some point you just ask me. I can tell you what Lucius has found out. But and now you get to hear me butcher your accent, Abu. As I play your sister Clara, and she says,
"Fantastic."
She says, "So Lucius,
oh, beautiful.
Are we going to run the usual routine? There's no one on the streets."
I know, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that quite lovely? But yes, we have to. We need to.
Well, then we need to find some people.
I know, but I don't know where. This place is a pile of shit. Could have been New York or anything else.
Yeah, it's not London, is it?
No, it isn't. Right. Well, let's start at, do they have pubs here? Pubs? Do they call it pubs? I don't know what they fucking call it here.
I think they call them sports bars.
Sports bar. Fucking ridiculous. Okay, let's go.
And so you guys are like literally just walking on foot through Pittsburgh. Maybe you came by train but it's shortly after you arrived, all of a sudden the news all over, in the bus station or wherever the train station was flashing things about the pandemic, and almost overnight everybody disappeared. And then it was time to kind of get you squared away for the night, Lucius. So you guys found a bolt hole Lucius could hide in. He's living rough, but Lucius also has a resources of 3. So if Lucius wants to, he doesn't have to live rough. You let me know what works for Lucius in terms of how he set himself up. But right now you're literally walking the streets and you're going past these sports bars and there's no one in them. There's like literally like tape across them. Some of them are boarded up. And up ahead you see a fire. A huge fire reaching high up into the sky. An entire building is burning, and you see a bunch of emergency vehicles out front. And Clara looks at you and says, "Good Lord, what's happening up there?"
I don't know, but it's a beacon. Let's go.
And so you approach the fire, and you've been at this a couple years, but there are still things about the vampiric condition that surprise you over and over again. And one is that you have a fear of flame. Not a fear like in your head, but almost like a physical like reaction to it. One of the few things that can hurt a vampire. So you get about as close as you can without like kind of activating like a fear frenzy, like a flight reflex. And you and Clara are looking at these men who are like in these white hazmat suits, like with these big gas masks on the front and plastic shields. And they're literally on purpose burning this building down with flamethrowers. And there are some like cop cars and like, other emergency vehicles, a fire truck near them. But you can see that a lot of the traditional emergency personnel, like firefighters and police, are just kind of forming a cordon so that these guys can burn the building down.
Okay.
And it's a nightclub. That's where Clara was kind of trying to take you, is to an area of town with nightclubs called Svengali. And as you watch, it just is like going up in flames.
Okay. I want to go. Right. There must be a back entrance around here. There must be a way around it. It might be the long way, but we need to avoid whatever is going on over here. They don't look friendly.
She says, right, yeah, this has nothing to do with us. Let's get out of here. So as you're moving away, I'm going to allow you to make a wits plus awareness roll.
Okay. So that is...
yeah, so you're going to add your pips in beside your wits attribute.
Right. So that would be 4, right?
Yeah, and then I can look actually, but and then your pips plus your awareness skill for you. Let's see, it would be wits of 2 and awareness of 2, so you get 4. That's exactly right. So cool. I'm going to say difficulty 2.
Oh Jesus. Okay, and then my hunger's at 3, right?
Your hunger is at 3, so you're
Brilliant. Yeah. Oh, this is going to be fun. I don't know if this is good. It says messy critical.
Okay. It's not good, but it's okay. So basically, that fire really put you on edge, and you and your sister started walking again. And that I explained that flight reflex that vampires have with fire. Like you all of your senses started to become really super heightened. There's a beast inside you if you're a vampire, and you started to feel really feral, and it kind of like set you like really on edge to where you were just like hyper, like aware of everything, and you spy someone watching this conflagration from a building across the street. She's kind of like sitting inside of a like a doorway, like in the shadows, and you are positive this is Kindred. This is a vampire.
I go sprinting. I run. I charge.
This woman is she's a tall black woman. She's dressed kind of like goth chic, with like a long like leather jacket and everything like that. And when she sees you running at her, immediately both of you suddenly go into frenzy mode because you are just like coming at her, and I'm gonna say because you did a messy critical, there's no you can't stop yourself from frenzying, Lucius. You're so hungry. The fire put you on edge, and then you saw this other predator in the turf you were walking around in, and she's gonna see if she also frenzies. And she does not. So she's like, whoa, down, boy, stop. As you like kind of approach. But I want to know what you do. What do you do to her?
What's your name?
I think, I think that you can ask her that, but you smash her up against because you're frenzying. Yeah, you smash her up against the wall.
I'm going for it, buddy. I'm going for it.
Yeah. Give me a brawl plus strength roll. That's 3 dice. So it's all hunger dice.
Oh, great. Success.
Okay, great. So you smash her against the wall, and you've got her up there, and she's kind of looking into your eyes, and you're looking into hers, and she's like, "Who wants to know?"
Your savior.
Well, that's an interesting answer. You see her eyes kind of light up, and she's like, "Your kindred. It's not safe here. Follow me. I can take you somewhere safe."
Okay. Is there people around me? Is there anyone around me?
I mean, only those people that are burning the building down. Right. And Clara is now kind of jogging to catch up with you because you literally flew across the street to attack this woman.
I bite into her. I
feed. You bite into misery.
I feed.
Okay. I mean, this is what you do. It's what you have to do. Are you trying to slake all of your hunger, or are you being...
Absolutely. I am going to go for it.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Great. You need to make... luckily, I wrote down exactly how all of this works. So you need to... You don't have to spend a point of willpower because you are obeying your Ventru of prey restriction. You will slake 1 hunger point for every increased hunger you inflict on her And you need to give me a brawl attack with a -2 dice modifier. So give me a strength plus brawl attack at -2. So you're rolling 1 die.
Okay. 1 die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The difficulty is.
I'm going to allow this to succeed if you get 1 success, but keep in mind this is all hunger dice. So if you,
I succeeded.
Good thing.
This woman, Misery. Well, she hasn't given you her name yet, but the second you bite into her, you can hear her kind of. She doesn't really scream. She kind of puts her arm around you and pulls you in close. You're just gonna keep drinking.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep drinking.
Your hunger is down to 1. Her hunger. Let's see what her hunger started at. Okay. Your hunger is down to 1. Her hunger has gone up to 5. She's in completely feral vampire mode if you let her go. Like she'll be just nothing but a creature that needs to slake its hunger. But you can keep drinking a little longer and you're going to put her into torpor. Are you doing that?
No, I stop.
And let's see. She's just gone completely kind of like the beast is taking control of her. And let's see what she does. Okay. She is going to begin attacking you. And yes, here we go. We're going to go back and forth. She is extremely hungry. She's not trying to drain you. She's just attacking you. Okay, she got 3 successes. You can roll on the same turn to kind of fight back against her, or what do you? So basically, just to let me set the scene, you were and stop before you destroyed her, before you put her into torpor. And when you pulled away, you could see that she was completely feral, and she just lunged at you again like a wild cat. So she's got 3 successes coming at you. In terms of, are you continuing to fight her? Or are you going to run from her? What are you going to do?
I want to try and mesmerize.
Okay, great. Mesmerize is a roll. It's going to be a little more difficult because she's in this sort of frenzying state. But I have it right here. Mesmerize. You need to roll your manipulation plus your 3 dots of dominate.
Okay.
Normally I would roll her intelligence plus resolve, which I am going to do, but I'm going to give her 2 extra dice because she is frenzying. So here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Okay. How'd you do?
I got 4 successes.
Oh,
she got a messy critical. So she wins. Let's set the scene. What do you say to her? How do you mesmerize her?
I tell her to stop and listen to me.
Okay,
I need you. Leave this space right now. It's not safe here.
And it's not happening. She's just completely feral. But you have a bigger problem right now because Clara goes, Lucius, because those guys with flamethrowers have noticed this fight happening and they're all moving toward you. Around that time, I would like to bring in a car. A white panel van is moving by. A ghoul is in the front seat of it, and of course they were also drawn to the fire. They were kind of looking at it, and then you guys, of course this is Curtis Krieger and his friends, and you guys immediately see all of these hazmat suited guys moving toward across the street, armed and moving across the street toward 2 figures. It's kind of dark. They're kind of in the lamplight up ahead. It's hard to see what's happening. Curtis, what would you like to do?
Okay.
And you can say onward to the Squirrel Hill Theater if you'd like.
Yeah. So can I see? I just see two figures through the window.
But you now that you look closer, you see that they're fighting. They're like struggling.
Do I recognize either of them?
Yes. So looking closely in the lamplight, you see Misery, a Camarilla vampire that you encountered, over a year ago, and she's struggling with a fairly well dressed man in the like street lamp light, while like a young woman kind of like looks back and is like kind of screaming and like yelling at them to stop fighting. And those hazmat suited guys are moving. They have about 100 yards to cover, but they'll be there pretty soon.
I mean,
decision time.
Decision time. Okay, I'm sizing this up. Vampire hunters, maybe an anarch, maybe someone who would owe me a favor. And I'm just like, get between those guys and that group.
Yeah. Okay. So Brad's like, "Are you fucking nuts, man?" And you need to give me like a command roll to get him to do what you want.
Great. So command.
Yeah. Well, I'd say like a leadership plus your charisma.
Great.
Or yeah, and you can add 2 dice because he is blood bonded to you at this point.
There. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
It's good to have a goal. 2 successes.
Okay, he's like, fuck, and he just like drives, and the van sort of almost sideswipes the guys in hazmat suits. They have to kind of like jump back, and now you are between them and Misery and Lucius and Clara, and let's see how the fight is going between Lucius and Misery. Lucius, what do you want to do this round? Your mesmerizing didn't work because she's in like frenzy mode. So what would you like to do?
I want to try and just keep her at bay, like push her away, because I don't want her to see Clara or go anywhere near her either.
Okay, give me a strength plus brawl roll. She is, of course, going to roll to try to attack you.
Yeah.
Here she goes.
Okay.
How'd you do?
3 successes.
Okay, she did 3 successes. So you guys, basically what happens is you push her back against this white van that suddenly appeared, and you guys are just kind of holding there at like stalemate for a moment. And so I ask Curtis Krieger again what he would like to do. You hear a bang against the side of your van. What would you like to do?
The back of the panel van pops open, and maybe the first thing that Lucius sees is a pit bull,
a huge pit bull. Yeah.
Just like come around like, and then stepping into the path of the pit bull is this wiry little guy who's just like, get in here if you want to live.
Fuck. I try and move Misery out the way, and I take Clara and I try and get inside the van.
All I need is you can make it a Dex plus athletics roll. That's 3 dice for you.
Cool.
While she tries to keep you there and bite you.
3 successes.
She got 0 successes. She actually had a botch, not a horrible one, but a regular botch. So you toss her aside, you get into the van, Clara hops in with you, and what next, gentlemen?
I hop in after him, like Ruby like hops up in, and I'm just like, drive.
You guys start driving, like he books he pushes down on the gas of the van. It screeches away as like these guys just open up on the van with their flamethrowers. And it singes the back. You can feel a little heat in the back, all of you, because you just got inside the doors, and you start to drive away, and you suddenly hear sirens go on. Now you have to lose these guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little bit up to our good friend Brad Lockwood, who's in the driver's seat.
Always leave it up to a squirrely drug dealer.
He's like, don't worry, Kurt, I got this. And he's like driving. You guys are getting knocked around the back, and let's see how he does. He was your driver earlier, and he did okay before. Let's see how he does. Okay, he's not doing so hot. The cop, like there's like a cop car behind you. So there's just like one cop car behind you. They're kind of like keeping tabs on your white panel van. So what do you want to do, Curtis and Lucius? What do you want to do?
Oh shit! Do you have a weapon or anything? Anything?
Yeah, I got a weapon or two, and it's like, that's the way you want to go. I throw you a 38 caliber revolver.
What?
As you see me pull out a shotgun, and it's like, you know how to use that thing?
I'm gonna learn.
Craig picks up a rifle, and
the back door of the van opens up, and it's just open season on the windshield of the cop car.
So you literally see, as the doors go open, you see the cop car is close enough that you see their eyes go. They didn't realize that they had gotten themselves into this kind of situation. I want to do this one and done. If everybody can accumulate enough successes, and I'm going to call it 7 on their ranged combat rolls, this cop car isn't going to be able to follow you anymore. So you, Craig, and Lucius, Curtis are going to roll your dexterity plus firearms. Lucius, for you, that is just your dexterity, which is 3 dice. But since you just said your character's not good at using a 38, I'm taking another dice off of that. Roll 2 dice for me. You guys are trying to accumulate 7 successes. Let's see how this goes. All right.
Ooh, daddy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving this. I'm getting 2s, man. 2.
Come on, 2s. How's 5 sound, Jared?
Well, beside your friend Craig's critical, it sounds pretty good. So basically, like,
open up.
Wait, I want to see how Lucius did. Lucius, had your?
I got 2, mate. Just I'm the firing like this.
Did you get 2 successes?
I got 2 successes.
Oh, nice. I mean, the windshield shatters. A tire blows. The cop car goes careening off the side of the road and smashes into like a storefront that's been boarded up, and the white panel van escapes into the night. What's our next port of call? Where are we going next? Where are we headed? Or you guys should probably have a conversation, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. God, I love America.
Yeah, that was some G.I. Joe shit. Yeah. Hey, Luce.
Right. My name is Lucius. What is your name?
Name's Curtis. It's, Brad and Craig. I never.
Hi, what's up, man?
I just give you a sign. It was like, don't pay too much attention to him. It's like, you new in town?
Yes, you could say that.
Hey, so am I. For a while. One hell of a homecoming. I'm used to the madness of it all. Really? Yeah, well, you'd have to be mad to go after someone like her.
What do you mean?
Do you know who you're biting off just then?
No, I don't know what came over me. Wait, what's going on? What was all the fires and this sense of danger? What's going on?
Clara's like, yeah, I didn't think the Americans were taking the pandemic that seriously.
Know where I've been in Ohio. No one's taking it that seriously. But, it's yeah.
And actually, as you drive, Brad's like, check it out, man. And you see like a bunch of buildings have like quarantine written over them, and then like they're all taped off. Like, you know, you've both been in a couple cities, you know, recently. I mean, Lucius, you got here as the pandemic hit, but Curtis, you've been traveling around. You haven't seen any kind of response like this. There's like literally tons of buildings that look like they've been like sealed off by the government or something like that.
Here's what I think. Have you in your travels ever come across anyone doing a little Blade cosplay? Anybody thinking that they're a vampire hunter?
No, none of, not to my knowledge.
I've only had the misfortune once, but this looks like a coordinated effort. This looks like something that Jen told me about.
Jen? Who the fuck is Jen?
Hopefully you'll find out soon enough.
And soon the van pulls up to the little neighborhood of Squirrel Hill, where there is an old theater. This is the address you were given in the grouper message, and it is a charming one-screen movie theater that looks like it's been shut down for a decade. There's actually an old faded movie poster for the film Contagion out front. The marquee, that there's like a single R hanging off of it, and it looks quiet and dark.
Is there a place to conceal this now very hot vehicle?
Yeah, Brad says that it looks like that there's a alley on the side, although there is already a car parked along in that alley.
Yeah, we can pull in there and pull in there.
You recognize this car, Curtis.
I do.
The Anarchs had a little fleet of cars that they used, and this is like an old Nissan Altima that you can tell by like where it has scrapes on it and stuff. This was one of the cars the Anarchs used in their operations.
Okay. Listen to me, Lucius. Before we move forward, I need to know what your affiliations are, and I need you to be honest with me. I don't think anybody trying to attack Misery in the middle of the evening.
Misery? Who's Misery?
I figured you're the one with your teeth in her neck. She's one of the movers of the Camarilla here, so I guess you're not one of theirs.
Well, not anymore, at least.
Lucius, I can tell you this. You know that your sire is affiliated with this Camarilla or Camarilla.
Okay.
And all you know about it is that it's a conspiracy of vampires.
Okay.
So your sire, and you also got a name. You've been investigating this for years. Her name is Isabel Collins, and she's somehow affiliated with the Camarilla. And I can drop more clues that you've already found out as they become important, but always feel free to ask me.
Well,
Go ahead.
Then
Sorry, John.
let me re-answer that. Let me answer that question again. Abso-fucking-lutely not.
Well, all I can tell you, the group that we're about to meet, if they're in there, they feel the same way.
Fantastic.
But I wouldn't count on them for, shall we say, stability. So if you're thinking of freaking out again, don't. And I just turned to Brad and I'm like, if anything pops off out here, text me.
All right, man. So I'm just watching the car again, huh?
That's right.
Clara goes, well, I'm going in.
No, you're staying out here. You're not going in.
Are you kidding me?
No. Do I look like I'm joking? I'm not. Stay.
Oh, I see. I play bait for you up and down the east coast of the States, but I'm not allowed to go into this little theater where they have their vampire club.
Please, Clara, do me a favor for once and just stay. Please.
She looks at Brad and Craig and looks at you like, you see who you're leaving me with? And then she gets up into the passenger seat of the car that Curtis has vacated and plops down, sort of pouting a little bit.
She'll be fine.
Okay. And I hop out of the car and give a little... And Ruby, your pit bull joins you. And there is a side entrance here into the building. Would you like to? And it looks like is it open?
It looks like it's like padlocked.
Oh, that's a beautiful dog.
But Ruby Ruby would be able to get inside. Ruby would be able to like squeeze her way inside. It's like an old, side door for like people to take trash out of. and it's kind of like broken open, but someone's taken a big padlock and kind of like in a chain and kind of made it so, a full-grown man couldn't really squeeze in.
But Ruby could, but we couldn't?
That's right.
Okay. There's no other methods of ingress.
Well, the front entrance, and you could kind of go around if you'd like.
But it's a padlock. Okay. Yeah, we go around. I just want to see.
Okay. So you kind of go down the alley and you come out to the street behind the building, and you see that there's like kind of like a storefront that's kind of attached to the same building for like a cigar store on the other side. So possibly you could go in through there and come in the back of the movie theater. You're not sure. Or you could go around to the front where there's, the normal front entrance, or you could try that side door again in some other way.
Are you sure they're expecting you? Or
the most that they ever could. I look at the phone and I'm like,
yeah.
And I just text like, I'm outside.
You get no answer, and minutes are passing, and I think Lucius is reasonably wondering what's going on.
All right, so I want to go in that side entrance, possibly.
Okay, so are you going to work? Are you going to work on that chain for a second, or send Ruby in, or what are you going to do?
I mean, I don't know how to work on that chain exactly. What you said, there was a storefront also, right?
Yeah, you want to go up. You want to go into the front of the movie theater.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so this is breakable glass here. Nobody has boarded this place up. When you pull on the door a little bit, it is kind of locked. But when you do that, you guys can make a wits plus awareness roll again, and I want a difficulty of 3.
Okay.
Wits plus awareness 4, right? And then difficulty of 3. Okay. What does it mean when you get? Okay, because it's right. So I put 4, difficulty of 3. Okay, yeah, 4 successes. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So you got more successes than you needed because it was a difficulty of 3. So
Right.
Lucius, you spy like someone is peeking out of like the big auditorium doors to the theater. Like, so there's like, a ramp up to the auditorium past like an old concession stand that's been all cleared out. And you can see someone peeking through and you can't quite see them because they're in the shadows, but someone is watching you guys.
Hey,
And
I think someone's watching. I don't know who.
I failed, so I'm just like, huh?
And you see it now though, because Lucius saw it, and it is Thana, the Nosferatu that used to work with the Anarchs. She is well, in her former life, an Indian woman who is now turned by the Nosferatu. So she has some like kind of strange, monstrous features. All the Nosferatu clan share, this strange deformities of their clan. And so she's kind of like looking out at you. And she doesn't quite recognize Lucius.
If I can fall into her eye line.
She walks out of the theater and looks at you, and you can tell that she's not sure if she wants to let you in. Mm-hmm. She looks at Lucius. Jen, what are you doing here?
Keep your voice down. There's no one on the street.
She comes all the way up to the glass and puts her hand against the glass, and she looks in your eyes and she goes, "What are you doing here?"
I was sent for.
Sent for?
Where is Jen?
Jen sent for you?
Yeah.
She unlocks the door.
I walk.
I'll take you to Jen.
Yeah.
She walks you into the auditorium, and in the auditorium, you see Circe, which is another woman, very punk aesthetic, half of her head shaved, a vampire of the Anarch movement that you used to work with. And you can tell just by looking at her, both of you, that she is quite hungry. When you guys come in, she's like, "Oh, Curtis. Hey."
It's been a while.
And the other person there is Dylan, a mortal that was working with you guys. She's also kind of sitting there watching you, and she's like, "What are you doing here?"
Jen sent for me. What's going on? What the hell's going on out there?
This is Thana. She's like, "There's a pandemic. You didn't hear about it?"
No, I heard about the pandemic. Let me just say that nowhere else I've been is taking it as seriously as Pittsburgh seems to be.
There's nowhere to feed, and your leadership destroyed a priceless artifact, our way forward, and this is what remains of the Anarch movement. We welcome any here who need solace and succor. You are welcome, Kindred. She says that to Lucius.
Thank you.
But, Curtis, you're not going to be happy. Well, let me just show you. She takes you out that side door you were on. She unlocks the padlock. She takes you out to the Nissan Altima. And she's like, "Before I show you, you should know that Jen was pretty badly ripped up after the fight at Pitt University."
Yeah, I know. I saw it.
Circe and I, we rescued her body, and it was healing. Even though she's thin blood, she has some of the same abilities that the rest of us have. But when she woke up, she tried to bleed Dylan dry. She attacked her. She tried to rip her throat out. So I'm sorry, but I decided to wait for Mary to send us a sign before I... Well, she opens up the trunk of the Nissan Altima. Inside, you see a big garment bag, and there is a form inside of it.
Oh, God.
She unzips the garment bag. Her wrists and ankles are bound with duct tape, but they're as pristine as the night she died. Not a scratch on her, even though the last time you saw her, an enormous beast was ripping her flesh to shreds. Is Jen Brown, as if she's been put in suspended animation. A dead body in torpor. Jen Brown, who, because she's a thin blood, doesn't need to, use the blush of life. But in this particular case, because she's in torpor, Curtis, she does look dead. She looks like a corpse.
Do I know how to revive someone from this sort of thing?
Well, I want to know. I think that you might, but I also want to know if you have an emotional reaction. And you could say,
I think maybe you see the, like, as that unzips, you see the blood tear. You did this to save Dylan?
Yes.
Everything was well in hand until things went to shit. Where is Bob?
We think those guys in the toxin suits, the people setting fire to everything, we think they got him.
Oh, you think they got him?
They have a big camp that they're putting homeless people in. But we think they're taking Kindred there too. I want you to roll your willpower, Curtis.
This is all very fucked up. When my willpower is back to...
It's going to be your resolve, but actually we decided you were doing pretty poorly, didn't we?
Yeah.
So Curtis, your composure plus resolve is normally 4, so it's normally a 4 willpower that you return to at the beginning of an adventure. I'm going to roll my die and see if you end up with less tonight. No, you have your full 4. Boy, going strong. Still killing gas station attendants in closets and keeping your wits about you.
Yeah.
How'd you do in your willpower roll?
4 successes.
Great. I don't think you're overcome. I think that you can think clearly. What do you want to do now? Because I can tell you one thing occurs to you. Jen Brown did not send that message.
Right.
Lucius, by the way, you can roll your skill right now. You know how to revive someone from torpor because you are a doctor.
I think Curtis maybe even says, like, what I need now is a doctor.
Yeah.
Right. This is your friend.
Yeah.
She doesn't look like the type of person who would be, well, you told me she sent you a message, right?
Someone wanted me to think she did.
Right. I'll
Thana
go wake
said,
her up.
She sent you a message? You mean in your dreams, right? A vision, a sign.
No.
Thana talks like this a lot. She's like a true believer of all the mystical mumbo jumbo of the vampires.
Brilliant. Like, I just completely ignore her and I go to roll to try and
she texted me. It was a text.
Lucius, yes, you can do that. So why don't you give me a medicine plus intelligence roll? You've dealt with a lot of different vampires in kind of strange situations over the years that you've been a vampire, so you might know how this works.
4 successes.
Okay, so Lucius, you know that it just someone of a higher blood, like of a stronger blood than her, and she's a thin blood, just needs to feed her a little bit of blood, and that should awaken her. If she awakened earlier on her own, it makes sense that she was completely feral and like starved, right? But like if someone just feeds her a little bit of vampire blood, it should revive her.
Does it have to be like any blood? Any vampire blood?
It must be vampire blood, and it must be blood of a higher blood potency.
Okay. So what is that? So higher blood potency. Okay.
Yes, someone who's usually a more elder vampire, or someone who you would recognize as can heal faster.
Okay. I turn to Curtis. I say, do you know if we have any elders in the group, elders around, or anyone of a?
I mean, we definitely used to.
We haven't seen Mary since you left.
Mary's gone?
We don't know where she is. But I have prayed every night for her return, and I know that she will come back to us. I am waiting for her signal, her sign, Curtis.
Yeah. Do I look at Thana and like, does she look like she could? Does she look old enough?
She doesn't look old enough. What I will say is that you make one more roll for me. This time I want you to roll roll the same thing, actually, Lucius.
6 successes.
Okay.
Whoa.
You are positive that Jen Brown, this woman you've just been introduced to, is of a lower generation than you, or a lower blood potency than you. You are a blood potency 2 vampire. Now, vampires don't walk around going, "What's your blood potency?" That's just a rule thing. But for some reason, you're just certain that that whoever embraced you is a dangerous character who's been around a while.
Sure.
In fact, at one point, right before you left London, you found a little evidence that she probably was embraced in the 1880s. So you are carrying around some 19th century blood in your veins. Yeah. You think you might be able to.
So I'm going to then bite into my own wrist and go over to Jen without. Let me do this.
Okay.
Consider it me paying back you saving Clara's life earlier. Go over to Jen, and I put my wrist over her lips.
Give me a rouse roll, and that just determines if you get a little hungrier, my friend. So you're just going to roll one die, and if it's a success, you don't get hungrier. But if it's a failure, you get hungrier.
0 successes.
So raise your hunger by 1. Okay. I think it was at 3, then it went down, right?
1, and now it's at 2. Yeah,
it's at a 2. Excellent. Okay. And so you guys watch as the blood touches Jen Brown's lips, and suddenly, like miraculously, the corpse-like pallor starts to leave her, like the ruddiness of a living person comes into her face. And not to put too fine a point on it, it's like something out of Snow White or something like that. Suddenly, her eyes open. Jen Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, everyone.
You find yourself bound in the back of a Nissan Altima with Curtis Krieger and this man standing over you. This man is feeding blood into your lips, Jen Brown. And if he keeps feeding you, if he keeps making rouse rolls, your hunger could get lower. But right now it's at a 2, manageable.
The 2, okay.
Because he's feeding you this higher blood potency blood.
Because Lucius is feeding me, is it a more of a gentle wake up, or is it like a kind of thing?
This is more of a gentle wake up. This is more of like the way vampires wake up their elders or wake up their friends who have gone into voluntary torpor.
Voluntary torpor. Okay.
Some people go into voluntary torpor sometimes.
Interesting. Okay. So I'm getting fed by this person I don't know, but then I clock Curtis, I'm guessing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do.
Okay.
It's like a
Curtis, and I'm just gonna like hop up and like hug him. And just be like start kind of like hyperventilating. Not that I can, because I don't need to breathe, but
and I can cut the tape off.
Oh right, I guess I couldn't have.
Thana is like, it is a miracle.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Curtis, I don't.
You feel a tongue. It's Ruby. Like, hey.
Dylan, where's Dylan?
She comes out of the shadows. She comes out of the doorway, and you can see, Jen Brown, that there is like, and this isn't normal for a vampire's kiss, but you're a thin blood, so not all the rules apply to you. She's got some scarring on her neck.
I think Jen hasn't had a panic attack in a while, and I think now's the time. I think she can't hyperventilate, but I think she's gonna start freaking out. She sees the scar, she doesn't know what's going on, and she's just gonna I feel like she's useless right now. She's gonna start like seizing up and freaking out.
Yeah,
let me see something.
So she has a bestial temper, which means that even though she's a thin blood, she can sometimes frenzy, and it doesn't necessarily mean like an anger frenzy. If she's, do you think that she might go sort of like the beast might take over and make her, or do you think that this is just an emotional moment for her?
Oh, I guess is there a vampiric way to have a panic attack rather than being like to be like,
you know what? I think I shouldn't have suggested that. I think that the thing about Jen Brown is she's more human than the rest of them. So instead of suddenly having the beast take over, she's thin blood. So she's literally just hyperventilating, even though she doesn't technically draw breath. And so everybody's watching Jen like kind of go through this experience.
Can I have Ruby in my Ruby the pit bull is a dog I fed my blood to, so we have like a simpatico connection, and I want to kind of make her go into therapy dog mode. I want to have Ruby just like curl up in Jen's like lap and kind of like just look up in the most tender way.
Okay, great. I think I'm just gonna, then I go from like kind of clutching Curtis to sort of like around Ruby, and I think the blood tears are coming and they're kind of streaming a little bit, and I'm sort of,
it's okay.
And Dylan moves in and she says, "It's okay. It wasn't you. It's okay." It's okay.
And
It's
then I'm going to
okay.
kind of pause. I think her breathing kind of slows. Curtis, where's Miles?
Lucius. Clara is running forward from where the van is parked, a little ways away. And she's like, look, I'm sorry. I know you told me to stay in the van and everything, but who are these people? And that's when you see coming down one end of the alley is a tall figure in like a plague mask from the medieval, like kind of like plague doctors. And that person brandishes two big knives, and they're walking toward you. From the other end of the alley, you see several men kind of coming around the side of the van. They have like riot batons. And they have like, there's something off about like their coloration. They're human, right? They don't look like living corpses, but there's something off about like how wet their hair is or how large and like tired looking their eyes are. There's something weird about them. And that's when suddenly a figure lands on the roof of the van, like on all fours, even though it is a humanoid figure. And you're looking at what's definitely a Nosferatu vampire who's like splayed and moving on all fours, who like looks down at you. So just to review the situation, an alleyway.
Welcome to 2020. Am I right?
Yes. Well, I didn't have this on my 2020 bingo card. There is an alleyway that you're all in. It's pretty thin. It's probably maybe like at most 8 feet across, but there's a lot of trash cans and dumpsters and things back here that make it even thinner. Okay. It goes for probably like 100 yards either way. And there is this side door that leads back into the theater that it doesn't appear that any of these newcomers have covered at present. But there is a really badass looking person in a corpse mask coming down one end of the alley. And then on the end of the alley that has the car that you're getting out of, Jen Brown, and the van, there are like these three guys with riot batons and the Nosferatu Kindred on top of the van. So I ask my players, starting with Lucius Ali, what would you like to do?
We need to get out. 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 Where do we go? Where do we go?
Great. Does that mean you're just going to ask them, or do you want to run?
I say I'm just gonna tell Clara I'm gonna point Clara to go towards that door. I say go to the door, the entrance that is of course clear. And then I look back at everyone. I'm like, we need to move the fuck on.
Okay. Great. What are you going to do this round, Curtis Krieger?
I say, yeah, back, and I try to cover everyone's.
I love that.
And I whip up the shotgun, and I'm just covering everyone's retreat.
Okay, great. Jen Brown, what would you like to do?
I think Jen's still recovering a bit, so I don't know how useful she's going to be, but I think she probably goes with Ruby to try to retreat. But I think as she's retreating, can I sort of scan to see if there's anyone that I recognize or anything that seems relevant, pressing, sort of, or anything that we haven't noticed that could be advantageous?
Yes, that's a great idea. In fact, you can scan the area for anything important, and I'll have you make a roll for that in a second. Is that okay? Right. Yeah. Also, I want to be clear with you. You are completely healed. All of your health levels have been healed.
Thank God.
I mean, you've been in torpor for a year. So you did manage to heal yourself, but you went into a deeper torpor at one point after they had to kind of lock you in the trunk.
Do you know what my default health is? I actually don't remember.
Can find it out really
easily.
It's been
one for so long.
That's okay. I'm going to look at that for you. I have you at 5.
Great. Okay.
So I'm just making sure I have everybody. Lucius, Jen, Curtis, Thana, Clara, Plague Mask, Nosferatu, and the Riot Baton guys. Okay, here we go. I want to know. I want some rolls. So, Lucius, you are going to yell that at Clara, and she immediately starts moving into that doorway. Do you want to stay out here, or are you going to move toward that doorway?
I am going to stay out here and try and help Curtis with my shitty shot. In regards to anything, what happens?
Great. If you're taking a shot, I can let you take one right now. Would you like to take
Brilliant.
one? Because people with guns go first. So
Cool.
Lucius, go ahead and give me a Dex plus firearms roll, and let me know who you're firing at. So
I'm gonna fire at the Nosferatu is the one that's closest, right?
Yeah, he's up on the roof of the van.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Is that a good idea? No, I'm gonna fire straight down the line. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fire at the plague doctor.
Oh, okay, great. Excellent. Go ahead and make that roll.
2 successes.
Okay, great. So I think your gun adds +2 to the damage. She is not dodging, but boom, you hit her with like a shot from your 38. And you hear a voice go, "Don't fire any guns, you idiot!" And she's moving toward you. It's just like the shot hit her, and then she said that and started moving toward you, like with those blades like drawn. And let's go to our next player. So Claire is inside. Fauna is moving in. Curtis, but do you have a gun?
Mm-hmm.
You want to use it? Who are you using it against?
Yeah, I'll try to go for Spider-Man.
Okay, great. Go for Spider-Man.
Eat lead, Spider-Man.
God dang, messy critical, man.
Oh, holy shit. So Curtis, what you do is you don't have to just, this guy was an idiot to like jump down and be all dramatic like that, because you basically run up to him and you fucking get the gun under and you blow his face off. Now he's a full kindred, so that doesn't that's superficial damage, but how much is it? Did you roll your skill and tell me how many successes you got?
I don't really know how this works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I rolled 7 dice, but I got 10 successes.
Oh, it was a messy critical, isn't that right?
Right.
Okay, so your messy critical, I'm gonna rule that he's gonna half that into 5, but that's not good for him because he's going to be healing for a couple rounds. He landed and you went, boom! And he goes like flying off of it. So he's going to be trying to heal himself for a couple rounds. He's basically like been blasted off the top of the van. And now we come to Jen Brown. Jen Brown, a wits plus awareness roll.
The Jen Brown special. Okay. And my hunger, is it 2? Is that what you said? Or 0?
It's at, I think we said 2.
Okay. One success.
Okay. Jen Brown, there is someone back behind all of the guys with riot batons, and you just see the glow of like a smartphone for a second, and they're standing at the opening of the alley, like looking in either direction, and they're like talking to someone on their phone.
Okay, can I say Curtis? And I like kind of motion to that guy.
Okay, I clock that.
Okay,
reinforcements coming.
Now the people that haven't been taken out get to do their bad business, right? So here they come. The guys with riot batons come around the side of the van. Curtis, you're the closest one. They're coming for you. Here they come.
Come on, you pricks.
Okay, the first one gets 2 successes, but he'd do +2 damage with this, and it is superficial, so you'd take 2 superficial damage.
Mm-hmm.
The next one comes. Now, remember, you can rouse the blood to heal damage on a 1-for-1 basis, and you can do that every round, Curtis.
Does that rouse count as like an action? Like, could I like?
It doesn't. So you can literally rouse your blood, heal a health level of superficial damage, and do something, because it's like your vampiric body just kind of doing it on its own, right?
Cool.
Here comes the next guy. He's also laying into Curtis with a riot baton, and this guy gets 1 success +2 damage. That's 3 more superficial damage, so 1 superficial damage. And then the last guy is coming for Lucius Ali. He swings his riot baton. He does Well, he did well. He did 3 plus 2. He's got 5 superficial damage coming at you, but vampires half it. So we're going to give you 2 superficial damage. Lucius Ali.
Off my health, right?
You're going to, you are going to fill in that many off of your health. That's right.
Okay, cool.
But remember that your health is you have a 6 health. So you now have
4.
4 of those are covered by bashing damage or superficial damage that you can heal if you'd like. Using but it makes you hungrier. That's the only side effect of that. So now our dangerous person in like the strange plague mask moves forward, and geez, boy, who does she? What does she do? Okay, I'll tell you what she does. She says, "Stand down, stop firing, and face the Archon's justice, or you will all be decapitated." And then she throws her knives around in a very impressive way, and she is going to roll.
Can I say something to her, or is that out of turn?
Certainly you may. You certainly may. Talking is a free action.
Because I'm suspicious. I'm gonna say like, can Maria letting you use technology now?
Oh yeah. She says there are a lot of new rules, Jen Brown. And then she now stand down, and she uses a presence power on everybody. Yep.
Oh.
Let's see how she does. Actually, she'll aim it mainly at Jen Brown now, but let's see how she does. So she's got she gets a lot of dice for this. Okay. So she does. Oh, look at that. A messy critical.
Yo.
She says stand down, but you guys get to resist. So everybody can roll a composure plus intelligence roll to try to resist this.
And I've got unswayable mind. Does
that do that? That's very
Hey,
good.
That sounds fun.
It is fun. So unswayable mind is going to you're going to be able to add all the dots you have in fortitude to this roll you're about to make.
Okay. All right.
I think that's all it does. Yeah.
Just
Plus
one, yeah.
fortitude and resisting coercion. Yeah. So,
Cool.
And you need to beat her successes, everybody. And she got a messy critical. So I'm going to count the actual successes though. So let's see. 2, 3. She only got 3 successes, but 2 of them were 10s, and they were on her hunger die. So.
And okay, so how many do I have? I have 1 plus what? Sorry.
You're adding 1 to your I'm sorry, it is a composure plus
Composure.
It's a composure plus
Fortitude.
Plus your 1 in fortitude plus your resolve. Or no, your intelligence. Sorry. Composure plus intelligence, and then add 1 die.
Okay, fantastic.
Oh God, thank goodness.
7 successes.
Okay, Lucius, you're not even remotely interested in this person's mind games. The other 2, how'd you do?
3 successes.
1 success. So Jen Brown, like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, but maybe all this means is that this round you kind of surrender. You kind of like walk toward her. I'm going to rule that allows her to like get her knife around your like neck.
Fuck.
It'd be really funny if I died again.
Right now. Oh no.
Poor Curtis.
Came all the way.
That was her turn. Riot Batons went. Our spider guy just gets hungrier, but heals some damage. And Dylan and Thana are inside. Claire is inside. you guys suddenly hear the van like no come on, and like lights pop on, and you see Brad inside of it like looking at you, Curtis, like what now? But let's do a little bit of a scene before we get back into our turns. You then hear that voice, the person on the cell phone back in the mouth of the alleyway, say, Archon, they heard the shots, they're coming. And you recognize that voice, Jen Brown. It's the voice of Sabrina, your touchstone, who became a Nosferatu ghoul all so many months ago. You had to make the deal to let them have her as a ghoul to save her life, to save her from being destroyed. And she is now working with them. So she's like, monitoring the police band or something, and like kind of doing Overwatch for all of them. And she's yelling at the Archon. She's calling this person the Archon, that they're coming, she says.
She's saying to the person that has me with.
Yes. And the Archon goes, shit. All right. Let's see. So she's thinking for a moment. What would everybody like to do?
I have no idea what the fuck is going on. So I'm literally just like.
I can give you a little bit of a role, Lucius. Actually, no role necessary. That voice behind that mask is very familiar to you. I mean, it's a little hazy because you were very drunk that night, but you seem to recognize the person in this plague doctor mask who has Jen Brown with a knife to her throat.
And she's thinking, right?
She's thinking for a moment, yes.
Can I go and quickly snatch off that mask or try and crack that mask?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Curtis, what are you going to try to do?
I was going to say I was going to try to take, just risk it and try to take a shot while she's distracted. But if he's leaping into the way, I'm like, maybe not.
Okay, great. I love that. Let's see how that all goes. And Jen Brown, that was only a one-turn effect, so you can do something. Well, yes, go ahead, Curtis.
This will help influence my decision. The battlefield is like along the alleyway. Sabrina, Plague Doctor, Jen, Lucius, me surrounded by riot boys.
Yeah,
van,
yeah.
with Spider on top.
Spider's fallen off, like he got his face blown off by you.
Okay. Can I provide? And if I can get a clean shot, I'll take it. If not, I want the van to just. I want to just nod at Brad like, ram us.
Okay. Incredible. So here we go. First, let's go with if you're going to take a shot, you take.
Oh, do I get an action? Sorry.
Oh,
Jared.
Of course you do. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No,
go
it's
ahead.
okay. But she has me like knife to throat. Yeah.
Yes.
I just recognized Sabrina's voice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is cheating, but I feel like she's thinking. I feel like Jen's looking for an opening to wriggle free.
Yeah.
Is it possible that if Lucius that I could sort of time it if I see Lucius sort of leaping, that I could
I think that's very possible. I think that it's very possible. So, Curtis, if you I need to know, are you holding on that shot or are you taking that shot?
I feel like that's influenced by Lucius. It seems like he's jumping into the way.
I got it. Lucius,
he's jumping into the way, right?
Yes, he is. Lucius, make a brawl, strength plus brawl roll.
Okay.
Jen Brown, make a dexterity plus athletics roll with we're gonna see what Lucius's successes are, and that's gonna add to the number of dice you can roll.
Okay.
3 successes, baby.
Okay, great. Jen Brown, go ahead and take a +2 to your roll.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
My athletics and dexterity are shit.
So let's resolve this, and then we'll see what Curtis does.
+2, right? You said?
That's right.
Stamina, or no, dexterity plus athletics. Okay. Yep. 2 successes.
Great. So Lucius jumps forward and grabs the mask and rips it off. Jen Brown uses that moment to kind of slide out of the Archon's grip where she had her in a grip. And you are looking at the beautiful face of Isabel Collins.
Oh my God.
Yes. Your sire, who you've been following for literally years. And she's like, Hello, Lucius. And then Curtis, what did you say you were going to do?
I'm just like, I turn to Brad. I'm just like, floor it.
Okay, great. So let's see how he
And then
does.
I basically want to fall backwards onto the ground and let this van go over me as it creams the riot baton guys.
Amazing. Also amazing that your sire is the fucking vampire executioner, Abu.
Yes. So this van comes smashing in to our friends, the riot cop guys, and that's going to kind of knock them to the ground. Let me make sure, but like, okay. If they can't beat Brad's successes on a drive roll, I think that they're gonna, yeah. Okay, one of them got out of the way, but the others are smashed to the ground. He's kind of pinned against the wall though right now. And what I would like to have happen is, let's see. So now we go to the other people's turn, and our Archon is going to look into Lucius's eyes. She hasn't been hit by the van, so she looks into Lucius's eyes and she says, "Physician, heal thyself." And when she says that, Lucius, suddenly you realize that she has planted some sort of hypnotic suggestion in you.
No.
Because all of a sudden
Manchurian
you're
candidate.
completely paralyzed, like you can't move at all. She that's all she can do. I think that she says that, and you can make a willpower roll every round to try to break free. You need 4 successes to do that, Lucius, but right now, like she had prepared this phrase using submerged directive, physician heal thyself. So Lucius is like, and he can't do anything. Let's see, I think that that's her turn. The riot guy that hasn't fallen yet is going to he's going to kind of back away. I think we're moving to the end of our combat here, unless Jen Brown or Curtis. What does everybody want to do this round? I know that Lucius is going to try to escape this paralysis.
Does it look like are they fleeing?
It looks like they, Sabrina, whatever she told them, they're very afraid. And the riot guy, for his action, he's just heading back the way he came, like around the side of the van, like out of there.
And they hate gunshot. Basically, Curtis thinks that like the authorities who are burning up that building are on their way here because they're attracted by gunshots.
Hey, that's a conclusion you could make.
And if they're afraid of that, obviously that's a threat to everybody. But if it's a greater chance of them retreating, then maybe we could also beat a retreat as well. So I think I've fallen under the van.
Yeah. You're underneath the van right now.
I think if I could roll over and with another like shell in the chamber, take a shot at another shot at her like kneecap.
Ooh, okay. And Jen
low.
Brown, what do you want to do now that you've escaped this woman?
Where am I so I just wriggled free, but where am I in relationship to her and Lucius?
I think the grill of the van is now like right behind you, like whereas it was a ways back before, and so you are like literally at the feet of where Lucius is like you're like right behind Lucius where he's like paralyzed, and she's like actually coming forward and like caressing his face now. And she's speaking to him. She's like, "You are mine, my child."
So her knife is by her side.
It is. Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna try to grab it and like stab her with it.
Okay.
Like grab her hands and go like. Ugh.
Okay, great. I love it. So why don't you give me first that shotgun roll, Mr. Curtis Krieger, and I think I'm going to take off 2 die because you have to like roll out from under and fire.
In that case, that gets my 2 successes down to no successes, so I might use a willpower to.
Good idea. So this is important, Abu. Anytime you fail, you can re-roll any dice that are not hunger dice by spending a willpower.
Okay.
Yes, and the chat will remind us of that a lot because we forget it sometimes, or we used to. Go ahead. How'd you do, Curtis?
Yeah. I two successes.
Okay, so here's what happens. The Archon Isabel is like caressing Lucius's face, and she's like, "There, you are my child. I have searched for you. I never meant to lose you." And then all of a sudden, boom! Like a shotgun blast goes into her feet. Okay, and Jen Brown, what are you doing? Give me a dexterity plus melee roll.
I don't have any melee.
This will be interesting then.
I was hoping. I don't know why I thought.
Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna give you plus 2 dice, and the reason is this shotgun blast has knocked her off her feet, so she basically falls in front of you, where you can grab the knife and try to stab it into her.
Just to make absolutely sure, it has to be a wooden stake, right? It's not just the fact that, like, if I stab her in the heart. Okay, well, let's see what happens. 2 successes.
Okay, so she like basically shrugged off that shotgun blast, but it did like knock her off her feet, the force of it. But like it's like it didn't do very much damage to her. But this knife goes in, and you see some blood pull out, Jen Brown.
Could I have I'm trying to think. Could I have like when it gone into her eye? Or something that would like debilitate her a little bit more.
Not with 2 successes.
Not with 2, that's fair.
Not with 2. I think that she was like belly down on the pavement, and you took a knife and you just like stabbed it into her back. So now, you guys have a little bit of the upper hand here, but I'm going to tell you that suddenly lights are starting to fill the sky and fill like the alley, like big searchlights.
Are we out of combat technically?
Oh, let's have Lucius roll to kind of break that paralysis. He's still in it.
Yeah, so I roll with my willpower, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I roll 7. I got 5 successes.
Okay, yeah, you did well. So I mean, it probably helps also that she's been brought down. But like suddenly you're like free of that paralysis, and we are out of combat for now. What would you like to do?
We gotta get out of here.
Oh my god, I'm incensed, but I can see the panic, and I see her face, and I remember her face, and I'm just I grab Jen and I go, we just run. Let's just fucking get out.
Okay.
Is it fair that maybe when I went into torpor that I had booze on me?
I think that
like I have a flask on me.
I don't think that you have it. But I will say this, Jen Brown. We need to remember this about our friend Jen Brown. She can attempt things. So Jen Brown's thing is, as a thin blood, she has to mix alcohol with blood to kind of do some of her powers. But she could attempt it without it. Like, okay, I don't think there was a flask on you in there, but I can allow you to attempt something without it. It might be tougher depending on what you're trying.
What I'm trying to do is, as I'm being dragged away by Lucius, I'm going to scream. I'm going to try to compel Sabrina. So I'm going to try to scream, Sabrina, come to me! Like trying to get her to like run to me. And it's probably not going to work, but we'll see.
Great. I think that's such an emotional, this is your best friend who you thought was lost. You awaken, you see her again. This isn't going to be harder. You know, thin bloods have access to a little bit of by the way, oh geez, what kind of blood did you just drink from Lucius? That's going to affect this too.
Oh, right.
All right, let me think.
Jared, man, I can't believe you threw that at me in my first session, bro. I'm just like, oh my lord.
I mean, of course.
Building it, and then you throw it. Oh wow. Okay.
That's what you put on your sheet, right? You wanted it to happen, right?
Oh my god.
Okay. Jen Brown, go ahead and try your compel. Remember, a compel. Come to me now is a 1-round action that Sabrina could take, so it is a legal compel. You're going to roll your charisma plus dominate, which is 1 dot of dominate, Jen Brown.
Wish I wasn't so hungry. 2 successes.
Okay, let's see how Sabrina does.
Come on, Brina.
3 successes.
No!
And she says, "Fuck you, Jen."
Oh, oof.
Yeah, I know. Harsh words. Maybe not the most witty rejoinder, but it is what she says. And then she kind of like heads around the corner, like back out of the alley where she was kind of waiting at the mouth of the alley. Like she takes off. And so, yes, sir. Curtis, did you have a question?
Is there maybe Jen is the closest person who's been shacked up here, even though she was in torpor for most of it. Is there an exit through the basement? Is there a basement? Is there any access anywhere?
Jen would not know because she's been in torpor the entire time. You'll have to ask Thana, Dylan, or Circe, who are in theory inside the building right now.
All right, I put my head in and I'm like, this building's no longer safe. They're coming to burn it down. We've got to get out.
They go out the back, and they start like running like back like to this like little area where you can push the curtains back around where the old movie screen is. And it leads back into kind of like a brick utility area where there's a door that leads into this like little like utility corridor. And then you can see where there's another door that leads into that cigar shop on the other side.
I gesture to Brad and Craig to get out. And like at this point, they've seen the van so many times. It's like, welcome to our first abandoned vehicle.
Oh, you told Brad to get out.
Or I'm telling him now.
Okay. I had you all the way into the theater at that point.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I think that I'll allow it, but you have to give me a roll
Okay.
if you want. So let's see if you had the intelligence plus leadership to tell Brad to abandon the van before you guys started running.
2 successes.
That's enough. You guys have abandoned the van. The whole crew is now moving into this like cigar shop. And when you get into the cigar shop, you see like police cars going by and these big trucks that like clearly have like these guys in like hazmat suits hanging off the side. And they're all going around the block to the front of the theater. And so now we are going to do an escape into the night. This is our final roll. Everybody needs to roll to escape this place that's teeming with Inquisition agents. And the people that fail it are going to, well, our next session will start in a very, very scary place if they fail it. Okay. This place is teeming with the Inquisition agents. So I want a stealth. Well, you can pick your own approach, but default would be a wits plus stealth to escape this area without them catching you. But if you have a different pitch you want to give me, that's fine.
Can I use a wits plus streetwise?
I will allow that. That's a good idea. You know the alleyways and like the buildings around here. That works.
I've looked around here before.
Could I use intelligence plus subterfuge or persuasion or manipulation or something like that, where I can maybe try to, you know how like in a video game where you have like a bottle and you throw it to make people think that you're in a different part of the map than you are. I want to do something like that.
I love that, Jen Brown.
Nice.
That's really interesting. Yes, you can use your intelligence plus subterfuge to try that little trick.
Great.
And Clara is like, Lucius, what are we doing? What are you going to do, Lucius?
I'm just gonna go stealth and wits, and just keep low, keep grounded, and just follow the crowd.
Great. So everybody roll, and I first want to hear from Lucius. How did it go? Oh, by the way, I said 3 successes, right? You must have 3 successes to escape this area.
5 successes. I'm on the roll today, man. I don't know what is happening.
Yeah, hot dice.
I'm loving
great.
this game.
So like Lucius and Clara are used to like escaping from places where a bunch of people are angry at them, and so you guys have it down to like this thing where she runs forward into like a doorway and like nods at you, and then you run past her into a doorway and nod at her. And you guys have this beautiful like teamwork that you use to get out of there. Meanwhile, Curtis Krieger, how did your streetwise go?
I mean, that was pretty impressive because I also got 5 successes.
Yeah, my man.
Okay.
So it's just picture me and Ruby doing like the same thing.
Well, I mean, you got Brad and Craig
like,
kind of
come on,
running
guys.
through too. Yeah. Well, actually, let's see how. I don't think all of these people can just be kind of using your roles to get away. Let's see how they do it.
That would be too nice of Jared.
Mhm.
I know, right?
So Curtis, you're sliding along no problem. Oh fuck, dude. You're sliding along no problem. And your old army buddy Craig and your ghoul Brad are like right behind you when all of a sudden this light comes up on them and you hear, freeze! Put your weapons down! And then all of a sudden Jen Brown, is this when you pull your little scam?
Yeah, because I got a messy critical.
Okay. I wasn't going to allow it, but you got the messy critical. So Jen Brown and like Thana and Circe, Dylan, like they don't just throw a bottle. They like overturn like a dumpster, like in some alleyway, and then like disappear, and like they're like over there. Like all of a sudden, all these guys like starting running in that direction. So let's see. Okay. Jen Brown, I think your little ruse just saved Brad Lockwood and Craig.
Nice
the whole group has to kind of split up, but you do have your cell phones to kind of communicate with each other. And the last thing I'm going to tell you is we're going to leave the group tonight as they all scatter into the shadows like cockroaches when the lights go on, and the lights have gone on. I mean, what the fuck? This is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but a helicopter came for like a couple of gunshots in an alley, and it's like literally like scanning the streets. These like hazmat guys are like running back and forth, and like from far away, like a little while later, you guys are like looking down the block and you just see fire start going up at the Squirrel Hill Theater. People are purging the vampires of Pittsburgh. And we'll find out if you guys can survive another night next time. That's tonight's session.
Oh,
Yay!
Yay!
That was incredible. You guys, that was so fun.
I'm not sleeping tonight. I am not sleeping tonight.
I know.
Yeah.
Abu was so nice because, like, I think it's 3 a.m. where he is. I don't know how time zones work.
Yeah, it's 12. It's midnight right now. But like, it's just like I'm like so pumped. I was like so ready to go to bed like 2 hours ago, and now I'm like I'm so wired.
Yeah, you're just gonna stay up all night, being like, if I go down that road, I could probably stop them before they grab Clara. Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, this was so fun, guys. So I just very briefly before we say goodnight, and I do want to send Abu off to lay in bed with his eyes open. There is a sire to hunt down and resolve your relationship with Abu. You know she's in the city, and you know she is dangerous. And there are some touchstones who are in trouble in various ways. Curtis and Jen. Any thoughts or questions before I bid you good night?
Well, I feel like I know who sent that text.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody with grouper access.
Yep. Your friend Sabrina set a little trap for Curtis.
And thus for all y'all. Oh.
And if Sabrina sent it, who do you think she's working for?
I have theories.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, somewhere off in the wings. Miss Sonia can't wait to get her fangs into these 3 characters.
So many questions, man.
I think we're gonna have to have a debrief with
I was
Lucius.
like, biting into like some lady called Misery, and then everyone was like terrified of this, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to survive.
Oh, it's amazing.
Well, thank you for being for just saying yes and being awesome, Abu. Let's have a digital hand for Abu and for our other 2 amazing players who are always amazing.
You guys are awesome. No, for real. Thank
Super
you.
fun. Man, oh man.
This has been great. So I'm going to say goodbye to my players. Good night, guys. Sweet dreams. And we will see them again on next Sunday, for the next chapter in Vampires of Pittsburgh Lockdown. Until next time, it's been great playing with you guys. I'm going to hang out for a second, and I'm just going to go into our usual credits before here we go. So I'm going to just go into our end of show business. Tuesday, 7 p.m., Cyberpunk Red. Oh, here we go. My camera's going goofy again. Cyberpunk Red, Tuesday at 7 p.m. And we're going to have a great cast for that. And it is officially branded game for our Talsorian Games. I'm really excited about that relationship. I'm excited to get into the cyberpunk world, and we are going to be doing the adventure, I think, right from the quick start, which is kind of cool. So that's 7 p.m. Pacific this Tuesday, and then of course, please check out the Neptune Society next Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific, where we're going to finish the Dreams in Bedlam storyline with the incredible Jackie Cation, Guy Branum, and our fave, Becca Scott. We have a podcast. Stream of Blood is now a podcast. You can catch up on just audio episodes of Vampires of Pittsburgh. If you're like, what did all this mean? I hopped on because I wanted to see the dude from Raised by Wolves, but who are all these people they're talking about? Listen to the podcast. It'll help you catch up real quick. You can catch up while you're in your car. Please leave a review for it. Please give it 5 stars or whatever, and to subscribe to it, because that is huge for us. We're on all the socials, Twitter, Instagram, and Discord, even Facebook. So please follow us there, because that's where we're going to announce all these extra special games that we're doing all the time, the types of great cast members that we get on the show. We announce all of that on our socials. I want to thank for that incredible splash page artwork based on the Days of Future Past. Can we throw that up, Mr. Clinton Trucks? Will Pottorff did this beautiful art for us, and I forgot to mention it at the top. Will Pottorff, Pottorff. You can find him at willpottorff.com or on his Instagram. And Ross Bryant does artwork for us as well. So he's not just Curtis Krieger. He's also a talented artist. There it is. There's our Vampires of Pittsburgh Lockdown one-sheet title card. Oh, don't look too closely at those heads in the background, or you'll learn the fate of many of your favorite characters. And then we had original new music. I think it was new music by Axel Kazis Taylor, who volunteers their musical abilities all the time, and we really appreciate that. I loved how that sounded, so thank you for that. My producers and partners are Clinton Trucks, our secret keeper, secret storyteller, and Brian Baldinger, our secret storyteller and keeper, and both of them contribute to this whole enterprise creatively, as well as in helping to book it and produce it and make it look good and get it all running on the tracks for you. So thank them whenever you get a chance on Discord. And also let's have thanks to our social media manager, Megan Arch, who lets you guys know when we're doing what, and to the person who created our logo, Garrett Ross, and to Andrew Orvidal for creating our opening animation. I'm hanging out for a question or two. Yes. In case he dies, what does Spider's voice sound like? Spider, I'll reveal this. Spider doesn't talk. I don't know. Maybe it's part of his Nosferatu deformity, but Spider is completely silent. He mostly just gets his face blown off by shotguns. I think even, I might be misremembering, but I think even our Gen Con cast of quote unquote amateur players jobbed Spider at one point. They jobbed him. Maybe at some point he'll be able to prove what a dangerous character he is. What did the decision-making process look like for this VOP reset? Oh, that's a complicated question. I knew that we needed to jump ahead. And I also thought, one of the cool things about Vampire is that it's a modern day game. And I think you can get a lot out of that by being modern day, like setting it right now. Of course, that posed a couple scary questions because right now, when we were deciding to do this, was some people are very split about what's going on in current events right now, and I thought it'll be okay because our viewers are mature and they understand and love us, and I think it gives it something interesting just to set it right now. And of course, the world of darkness, we should all remember, is a little different from our actual world as well. I mean, that should be obvious, but in real Pittsburgh, there weren't actually teams of guys burning down buildings. And perhaps we'll see how, you know, the current events of today are reflected in other ways in the new status quo. We've only seen a little bit of what's going on in Pittsburgh, and I can't wait for you guys to see more of it. Until next time, #GetPink, and please let our players know how much you love them on social media, because we can never express our gratitude enough that we get such great talent on this show. All right. Thank you guys, and see you next week.